Okay, so this video is going to be very different from any video I've ever did. Normally, I always play a clip. I show a clip of where Darth said something or, whatever the case may be. Now, in this particular video, I am not going to show the clip. I have a good reason as to why I'm not going to show the clip, but I'm not going to say why. But it's not a secret if you look, or if you've ever listened to Darth speak, he speaks strongly against evolution. That's not a secret. Now, there's even a short video on the Supreme Leader Streams YouTube channel, and the Supreme Leader Streams YouTube channel is one of the channels that Darth has many of his videos posted. It's by another person. The owner of the channel is another person, but this person did a lot of recording. Now, there was a Supreme Leader Streams channel which was deleted because of TOS violations. I think that took place, I'm just guessing, maybe 5 or 6 months ago. But after it was deleted, the same channel owner started it back up again, and evidently he had saved some of the videos, or Darth had saved some of the videos, because they appeared back on the channel very quickly, just within a few days after starting the channel back up. There were already videos on there which had previously been on the other channel. And one of the videos is the same channel trailer video. It's only a few seconds long. I'm going to play that video right now.
Evolution is the biggest hoax ever foisted, next to Satan telling Adam and Eve they could eat of the fruit and they would become gods.
Okay, so that was the video. And so you heard Darth say evolution was the biggest hoax ever foisted, alongside Satan telling Adam and Eve that they would become gods. So Darth is strongly against evolution, even though he said that at one time he used to believe in evolution. Now, another thing I would like to say, in the past, Darth has accused me of taking him out of context in some of the videos that I've did. So I'm going to make sure in this video that I display all the context. Let me put it that way. That way I hope that he will not. I mean, he still probably would if he listened to this. I have little doubt that he'd probably still say that I'm taking him out of context. But anyway, the reason why I did this video, which was very interesting, I had found a comment in some of my notes. This comment had to do with a couple different things. One of the things it had to do with is evolution. All right. Now, it had to do with another thing too, but I'm not going to say exactly what that was just yet. But so there's two ideas here. The first part is the idea of evolution. And so when I heard it, I knew right away there was something wrong. I mean, it stuck out like a sore thumb. So I knew that I had to investigate a little further to see what this is going to come to. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to read, or I'm going to quote. This is a quote from Darth. I'm going to give part of the quote that dealt with evolution. I'm going to give that first. After I give that, then I'll give the other part. And then after I do that, I will give it in its entirety, in context, in its entirety. So the first part this is the part that really stuck out in my mind. I'm gonna give that first. Here it is. Quote, after all, in an evolution world, you know males dominate females all the time. So why is that a problem in evolution? They're so inconsistent. This is why I say all the time they talk about this stuff in these rooms, but they don't live the stuff on their lives seriously. Unquote. Okay, now, like I said, when I heard that, I knew right away there was something wrong with that. And here's the problem. Yeah, it could be, or it is, that males dominate females a lot of the time. But that is not true all the time. There are examples in evolution where the female is actually more dominant. And I'm not just talking strictly about breeding or mating. I'm talking about, in some cases, the female is bigger, she is stronger, she is more aggressive, and in some cases, the female actually has more testosterone than the male. Now, I'm just going to give a few quick examples. Okay, the spotted hyena. Okay, now I'm not going to elaborate. I'm just going to show the photos. If anyone wants to investigate this, feel free to do so. All right, the clownfish, the naked mole rat, topy antelopes, orcas, and there you see the difference between the female black widow and the male black widow. Now, by the way, these are only a few examples. You can get an idea by going to Google. You can just type in the words dominant females in nature and see what you come up with. But there's several examples. So, the idea that, quote, males dominate females all the time, unquote, no, that's not necessarily a problem in evolution. Okay? And not to say that I am saying that I adhere to evolution, but I'm only, right now, correcting Darth's fallacy. Okay? That's what I'm doing here. Okay, now another thing that I'd like to bring up before I let you hear the second part. Darth, if you were to hand him a paper or a page section out of the Bible, Matthew 7:12, that's the scripture where it basically says, treat others the same way that you would like them to treat you. What I suspect he'd do with it, oh, and by the way, it could also be called the Golden Rule. That's the secular name for it. But what I suspected he would do with that paper, he would probably bring it into the bathroom with him. And when I say that, I'm not talking about bringing the paper to use it as reading material. Okay? So you can fill in the blank. So this is a guy that has a double standard. He has gone on record as calling his server a benevolent dictatorship. This is a guy that feels as though he is as free as a bird to act any way he wants in his server, and nobody should complain. But let's reverse that. Okay, flip that around and apply it to Darth. Look at the times that he's went into servers on modern day debate. Especially that's the time when he had his debate with Snake Was Right, and he complained to James and accused James of having a double standard. But if he was to stick to his own little idea, he shouldn't complain. So this is a man that has a double standard, and he feels that if he goes into someone else's server, see, that's not a privilege. He does not consider that a privilege. He considers it a right. So he feels that he can act as free as a bird in whoever server he's in, even telling the moderator what to do or dictating what the moderator should do. So we've got a fantastically beautiful human being. Definitely. Fantastic Christian. Okay, so because of that, he also, I've heard him say that he uses this vocabulary such as, oh, now I'm going to take the rope you hand me and I'm going to hang you with it. Or now I'm going to go for your jugular. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let you hear the second part of that quote. Okay? Which actually, if you listen to it, it actually came first. It's the first part of the quote. But I'm gonna let you hear that right now. And when you hear the second part of this, I mean, just add 1 and 1 to get 2. The implications are pretty. It blew my mind, you know, if you really think about the implications. But here is the other part. I'm going to read all of it all together. Okay? Quote, "And if I say nothing, then people say, oh well, Darth must be guilty. Wouldn't an innocent man protest? These people are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Funny thing is, why would atheists object to somebody beating their wife? After all, in an evolution world, you know males dominate females all the time. So why is that a problem in evolution? They're so inconsistent. This is why I say all the time, they talk about this stuff in these rooms, but they don't live the stuff on their lives. Seriously. They only say this crap to get by in the conversation. They don't believe this stuff." Unquote. Okay? So that was what he said. And remember, this is the guy who has gone on record saying he doesn't know what reality is, or he knows well what reality is, or reality is mumbo jumbo, or reality is a worldview. This is the guy that's going to tell you, he's going to teach you about reality. And he's all over the place. So as far as I'm concerned, the best thing to do is let this guy keep talking. Let him open his mouth and just let him keep going. Because this is what happens when he does exactly that. This is a beautiful example. So, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment area. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day.